The iPhone 13 was launched last week and the Malaysia pre-order is about to start next week. So should you throw away your older iPhones to get the new iPhone 13? Well, the answer depends on which iPhone you own. So we're gonna separate the older iPhones into 3 different groups, and depending on which group your iPhone is in, you'll find out whether you should upgrade to the iPhone 13 or not. But before we start, this video is brought to you by Good Deals by KLGG, our official e-store where you can get all kinds of awesome gadgets. You can get 10 ringgit off your first purchase and also enjoy 0% installment on our store with IOU Pay and Atomi. Visit the link below for more information. There is no need to splurge almost 4,000 ringgit for the new iPhone 13 if you are currently using the iPhone 12. It's not that the iPhone 13 is not great, it's awesome, but so is the iPhone 12. Sure, the iPhone 13 has a longer battery life, better cameras, and a slightly brighter display too, but the iPhone 12 is close behind. If we look at last year's launch, the iPhone 12 had major changes and upgrades. Apple introduced MagSafe and Ceramic Shield. The iPhone 12 switches from LCD to OLED screen. It has 5G and an A14 Bionic chip, which doubles the amount of cores in its neural engine, offering significant improvement in AI performance. Compared to that, the iPhone 13's upgrades may not seem as mind-boggling as before. If we're talking about cameras, the iPhone 12 still outperformed many of its 2021 competitors. Performance-wise, it's fast, it's still responsive, and in my opinion, it's still the best smartphone to play Genshin Impact. So unless the A15 Bionic chip can make a huge difference, there is no need to upgrade it yet. And that's if you're a smartphone gamer. If you're not, there's even less reasons for you to switch from the iPhone 12 to the iPhone 13. Yes, I know the iPhone 13 lasts 2.5 hours longer than the iPhone 12, and that is actually a big deal for me because I am constantly on my phone. But if we're talking about battery life alone, I think I'd rather charge my phone another 1 or 2 times more than to spend a few thousand ringgit just because I want longer battery life. So no, if you own an iPhone 12, I will advise against upgrading your phone right now. I think it's wiser if you just save and wait for Apple's next iPhone. 2 to 3 generations apart. Does it make a huge difference? Well, yes. Like I've mentioned, the iPhone 12 made huge leaps from the iPhone 11, so clearly the iPhone 13 is also significantly better than the 11 and the iPhone XR. With the iPhone 13, you're getting much faster AI processing speed thanks to the 16-core neural engine, and camera improvements are more noticeable. For camera enthusiasts, you'll finally get HDR video recording and sensor shift OIS if you're upgrading from the iPhone 11 and iPhone XR. You'll also get a taste of deep fusion, night mode, and new features from the iPhone 13 like cinematic mode and photographic styles. Compared to the iPhone 12, upgrading from these older devices makes more sense since you're getting a lot more when you switch. Then we have the 5G issue. Yes, 5G isn't ready in Malaysia yet, but it will be soon. So if you're upgrading to the iPhone 13, rest assured that it will be ready for 5G when the time comes. And let's not forget that you are also getting an OLED display that supports HDR, has higher pixel density, and deeper blacks. And as for its battery life, that's longer too. If we take everything into account, upgrading from these older iPhone models to the iPhone 13 is something I would do, but I also wouldn't mind waiting for another year since the iPhone 11 and iPhone XR are still performing well. They're just not as good. You probably know what I'm about to say. If you own the iPhone 10 and iPhone 8 or anything older than that, then it's time for an upgrade. Because if you're looking at the iPhone 10 and the iPhone 8, the A11 Bionic chip only has a 2-core neural engine and a 3-core GPU. So the performance is glaring, especially when it comes to heavy tasks like playing Genshin, because that's all I do. We're also talking about a bigger display, so for iPhone 8, 7 and 6 users, you're getting an entirely different front. So not only is there more screen, you're also getting higher resolution and OLED panel, and you can finally use Face ID instead of Touch ID. For iPhone 10 users, you're getting higher contrast, haptic touch instead of 3D touch, and a brighter screen. You know what's interesting? The iPhone 13 weighs lighter than the iPhone 10. Of course, the iPhone 13 also have better cameras. So the iPhone 10 had a telephoto lens, but it had no ultra-wide lens. And for the iPhone 8 and the likes of it, they only have a single camera. So you're missing out on many camera features. You don't get a smart HDR, you don't get portrait mode with depth control, you don't get stereo recording, and many other features that I've mentioned when I talk about the iPhone 11. There's also no 4K for your front camera, no slow-mo recording, and apart from the iPhone 10, the older iPhones also don't get Animoji and Memoji. So these are all the camera features you will be getting if you upgrade to the iPhone 13. Don't even get me started on battery life. You'll be getting 5 to 6 additional hours if you upgrade to the iPhone 13. So you no longer have to constantly hold your phone while it's connected to a power bank. Instead, you can finally hold the iPhone 13 alone and be worry-free because it will last you a whole day. Plus, you are getting MagSafe and wireless charging. So yes, if you're using one of these older iPhones, the time has come. It's time you chuck them away and get the new iPhone 13. There are so many improvements if you upgrade to the iPhone 13, and you'll also get to enjoy the newer iOS updates in the coming years. For the older iPhones, they may not get software updates in the future like say iOS 16 or 17. At least with the iPhone 13, you know it will be updated every year for the next 5 to 6 years. And if we look at the past iPhones, you already know that iPhone performance will not fail you, so the iPhone 13 can probably also last you another 2 to 3 years performance-wise. In short, if you have the iPhone 12, don't upgrade. If you have the iPhone 11 or the iPhone XR, you can choose whether to upgrade or not. Maybe if you have the extra cash, you just upgrade, right? And for the older iPhone models, I will definitely say go for the iPhone 13. That is our video for today. Let us know what iPhone you are using and if you will be upgrading to the iPhone 13. As usual, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel KLGadgetTV, and I'll see you in the next one.